much. We have to monitor the dose carefully." "Well, he wouldn't have done it for me," Denise said. "No wonder you were Nurse of the Year." "Thanks, baby girl." Denise had called her that for years. At 44, Cheryl Beth felt far from being a baby girl. She was older than many of the docs now. She had watched as more patients turned up who were her age or younger. It was a battle now to keep weight off her average build, keep her hair something approximating the light brown she had been born with. On close inspection, a net of wrinkles was etching its way around the edges of her eyes. When she was younger, people had told her she looked like Jodie Foster, and she had sometimes believed there was a passing resemblance, but that was a long time ago. She said, "The truth is, if I wait for every doc to return calls, I'd never get anything done. That's why I have my guardian angel docs who will sign off on my orders. You know more than half of them anyway. You ready for Christmas, baby girl?" "I haven't begun." "Christmas 2000. Denise shook her head slowly. "Can you believe it? A whole new millennium and old Cincinnati just seems the same." Cheryl Beth laughed. "About the best I did today was rake the leaves out of my flower beds and buy a couple of bottles of wine. Is that Christmassy? I'd love to go have a drink with you right now, but since they stuck me on this night shift, about all I can do is drink a little scotch on my days off. Salve my pain, pain nurse." Actually, tequila has the best pain management properties, and that's data-driven, not Cheryl Beth-driven. She finished her charting and replaced the pen in her white lab coat, which tonight she wore over her street clothes. She slid the chart in its place, which at Denise's station was neatly kept. "Dr. Lustig called for you." Denise dropped a pink message slip on the desk beside Cheryl Beth. She checked the pager on her belt, but it was blank. Why hadn't Christine just paged her? "Can you believe we're still using this while you were out shit?" Denise folded her arms over her large breasts and surveyed the station's file drawers, shelves, chart caddies, all the paperwork grown high around them. "My kids have better technology than this place. We're still doing charts by hand like when I got out of nursing school. If we weren't buried in paperwork all the time, we could actually commit medicine." "I hear they're working on a big new system, put all the records on computers. Dr. Lustig's one of the big movers behind it." "Well, I guess she's working late tonight. I can't believe they put people in those offices off in the A-wing basement, especially a woman. Want me to walk with you?" Cheryl Beth did a fake karate move. "I don't scare easily. Anyway, it's just where the residents go to screw in privacy." Denise gave a knowing nod. "Not just that, baby girl. Used to be the morgue down there, the mental health wing. There's lots of stories. Some say it's haunted. Back in the day, they started having the toe tags disappear from the corpses down there. About a year later, they found out this girl who was working there had taken them and made them into an art project. It was on display in some gallery." They were both still laughing as Cheryl Beth walked to the elevator. Dr. Lustig. Dr. Christine Lustig. Christine. The name conjured a mess of emotions inside Cheryl Beth as she rode down in the big empty elevator. She was glad for the distraction when the door opened 2 floors down, and one of the patient transport guys wheeled in a heavy gurney. He was a tall, thin man with very dark skin. She had seen him before, but couldn't remember his name. "Where to?" "To 1, he said, "imaging. But they already told me on the way back I gotta go through the basement. Can you believe that? Gotta go the long way. They brought a shooting victim to the ER and they're going to close off the first floor in a few minutes. Security concerns, they say. What they mean is they don't want black folks coming down to see what happened." He gesticulated fiercely. "This man in ER was shot by the cops. Man was unarmed. What is it? 15 black men shot by the police the past 5 years? Nights I go home, I think I could be next. Know what I'm saying? They disrespect the whole black community. Last month, police pointed guns at my neighbor right in front of his kids." He shook his head in disgust, then stared at Cheryl Beth. "Now everybody's gone nuts, afraid his friends and family are going to come down and start trouble." He looked around the elevator, up at the ceiling, then back at Cheryl Beth. "Someday this town's just going to blow, you know? Down there on Main Street, all them white yuppies coming to the new nightclubs, coming in from the suburbs. A block away, you got 6 kids living in a room of a tenement, no heat, and a black man can't walk on the street without a beatdown from 5-0. How long before those black folks look over on Main Street and see how goddamn poor they really is? Then what's going to happen, huh?" Cheryl Beth looked at the patient on the gurney. He was a big man with